Hey guys, what's up? Card here, and today I'm here with a Lauris deck because you guys asked for it, and I shall deliver. So let's start off with the deck because it is a fun deck, but I still say the Prism deck is a little stronger because of Vert, and they have a lot more established cards in their pool to use. But yeah, this deck is still pretty good. All right, so the starting Vanguard running Akari because Akari is I like Akari a bit more than the new one. Her skill is she has the Harmony skill, and then her Generation 1 skill is when this card's in Harmony, this card gets a new skill, and you can move this card into the Soul to choose one of your rear guards to bounce it, and then you can draw a card. So you can use her to rearrange your field if you set up beforehand, and you can also top deck some cards if you need to. So pretty nice. Also works well with some of the other cards in this deck, so I'll explain them a bit later. Alright, so we're running 4 Lauris. You guys should know what Lauris does by now. Mainly, you're going to use her Generation Break 1, or her Stride Break skill, which is kind of +1 to bounce a card, and then to draw a card. Her Generation Break 2 skill, you're rarely going to use unless you can't Stride, but yeah. So, there's Lauris. Obviously, this is a Lauris deck, so we're going to use Lauris. Next, we're running 2 Spica. Spica is a pretty nice addition to the grade 3 lineup. So she has the Harmony skill, so pretty important. And then her Generation Break 1 skill is during your battle phase, if another unit is placed on a rearguard circle, and then this unit and that unit gets plus 2,000 power. So basically, she works really well with Olivia, and she also uses her own effect. It works fine with her own effect too, I guess. But yeah, her second skill is Counter +1, Soul +1 when this card attacks. If this card's in Harmony, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your other rear guards in Harmony and return it to your hand, and then choose one card from your hand and call it to a rear guard circle. So she's a little bit more restricted. So mainly you're only going to be able to run her in a Harmony deck, which thank goodness this is. But yeah, so in case you don't get the grade 2 Spica, you can still get her. And again, she works pretty well with Olivia, so definitely a plus. For Olivia, if you're going to do it with Olivia, you're just going to not bounce her first with Olivia's skill, so that she has to stay on the field so that you can gain power. But yeah, all right. So next we're running 2 Liddy, the old Liddy. So we're running the old Liddy because she's a nice backup ride if you don't ride Lauris. Her skill, the main skill you want is for the Counter +1, Soul +1 to look at top 5 and search for Harmony. So, yeah, the grade 3 lineup right now is pretty solid. I like it. Obviously, you want to go into Lauris as soon as possible, but in the events that you have to ride into Liddy, it's still pretty good because Liddy can search for Lauris, and there's a lot of other stuff that can search for Lauris, so you won't be stuck in the wrong grade 3 for too long because of Shizuku and other stuff that can help you. Riding into Spica might be a bit of a problem, but since we only run 2, it's not likely that you will. Next, running 4 of the old Spica. Honestly, you probably don't need to run 4. You can take her out for another Amelia instead, or another Rita. But I'm running 4 just cause. Her skill is Counter +1 when this card attacks. If it's being boosted, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rear guards, bounce it to your hand, and then call a unit from your hand to a rear guard circle, and then that unit gets that unit gets plus 3,000 power. So obviously you're going to use her for extra attacks, and mainly in Bermudas you want to have extra attacks, so she's there for that. She's one of the few cards that can help you hit multiple attacks. It's the Spica's combo with Olivia. You can get a lot of attacks in, and you can cheese down a lot of your opponent's hand, so it's pretty good. Alright, so next we're running 3 Vita. So Vita is the new card from the set. She's a double rare, and she has the Harmony skill. And then her second skill is Generic 1. Soul Blast 1, bounce this card to your hand. And then during your main phase, at the beginning of your main phase, you can hit the cost if you do. Choose a grade 1 from your hand, choose a grade 1 or below from your hand, and call it into a rearguard circle with no units in it. And then if you have a grade 4 or above Vanguard, you can counter charge 1. So obviously, mainly, you want her for her counter charge. But if your opponent's smart, they might want to snipe her out because this deck is extremely counterblast heavy. And if they can get rid of her and give you one less counterblast, it'll benefit them. So she's not as good as I want her to be. It would be better if it's whenever she's bounced, you can Soul Blast 1 to counter charge. But one can't ask for too much. I would definitely run 4 if her effect was on bounce counter charge 1. But yeah. Next, we're running 2 Satya. Satya's skill is she has the Harmony skill, and then her other skill is Counterblast 1. Choose one of your units in Harmony and rest it. And then you can this card gets plus 5,000 power and a new skill. And that skill is when this card attack hits the Vanguard, you can Soul Counter Charge 1 and Soul Charge 1, and then choose one of your rear guards and bounce it to your hand. So she applies some pressure. She's not really good late game, but she's a decent early game. Most of the time you're going to tap the unit behind her and then bounce her with Akari so that you can call a fresh new booster so that can hit for a 15k guard. So there's that. Turn to Amelia. Amelia is just there in case you need to bounce and draw. Works with hand-in-hand Liana, I guess. Some of you might be asking why I'm not running Ellie, and I don't really like Ellie. She's a superior guard, but from hand, but I feel like the cards I'm using right now are more useful. It's debatable how useful Satya is, but I think her on pressure is quite good. Next, running 2 Anya. So Anya is the new grade 1 from the new set. Her skill is Harmony. Generic 1, when this card's in the Harmony, you can choose one of your units, and then during this turn, that card will be in Harmony. And then the second skill is Counterblast 1. Tap this unit. Everything in the same row and column as this card will get plus 5,000 power if they're in Harmony. So basically what this means is if you put her behind your Vanguard, the 2 side boosters will also get plus 5k, and then the unit in front will be get plus 5k. So she's really good like that. She's not that great on the side because if you tap her on the side, she'll be rested. I mean, if you can bounce her and then you just keep the unit in front in Harmony, that'll be fine. But mainly you want her behind your Vanguard. That's why I'm running 2, just cause. So next, for other grade 1, we're running 3 Shizuku. She's mainly here to help you search for grade 3s. So again, if you don't have Lauris, then you can use her to search. She's also pretty good at deck thinning out your grade 3s. So you have plenty of Shred fodder, and then you also have a lot of stuff to attack with if you don't have the right grade 2s in your hand. So searching out Spica is pretty nice. And then we're running 1 tech counter charge 2, so last 2 charts counter charge 2. There's times where you will have excess soul, and then she'll be really handy then, because this deck again uses a lot of counterblast. But in events that you don't have extra soul, then whatever, you only run 1 of her anyway, so she won't get clogged up in your hand. There are times when you can't activate Vita because your opponent keeps killing it off for some reason, or locking it, or doing other things, and then you're gonna have to rely on her to countercharge and your perfect guards. So speaking of that, we're running 4 Pro Guard Gs to help you unflip. And then running 4 Stride Fodders. If you want, you can take out 1 Stride Fodder for an extra counter charge 2, so Soul Blast 2 counter charge 2. But for now, it's fine. And then we're running 12 crit. I mainly like running 12 crit in my Bermuda decks now because they draw a lot, and drawing into a draw trigger is not nice, so I'd rather draw into a 10k shield. And of course, we're running 4 heals. So let's move on to the G zone. Alright, so for G zone, running 4 Olivia. Olivia is still really strong, so why not run 4? I consider her better than the new GR, so yeah. Most of the time we're gonna want to shrine into Olivia for extra attacks. However, Lauris, the good thing that Lauris has is that she gives your rear guards power, which is good at pushing. So we're running 2 Lauris, only 2 because I think running more than 2 is not that great. Since she only needs to persona flip something else instead of herself, I don't think you need to run more than... Running 3 is debatable, but I think 2 is fine. So her skill is, once per turn you can generate pick 2, kind of lost 1, G flip 1 card. And then for every face-up card in your G-Zone, you can choose one of your rear guards and return it to your hand. And then during this turn, this card gets a new skill. When this card attacks, if all your units are in harmony, then you can choose up to 3 units, and they get plus 5,000 power. And then this card gets an extra critical. So the extra critical is good at pressuring, but Olivia also has the extra critical. The 5,000 power is what makes her a decent card, so that you can give one column plus 10k and then give another side plus 5k. So that's a really nice pump. Next, we're running 1 of the on-hit bounce call. In case you don't have anything in harmony, then you're gonna stride into her. If you have something in harmony, you're gonna stride into Federica instead. So Federica's skill is so she has the harmony skill, and then you can G flip 1 card. When this card attack hits, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose 1 of your units in harmony and return to your hand, and then choose 1 unit in your hand and call it. Then during this turn, that unit gets a new skill. And the skill is, when this card's in harmony, then it gets plus 5,000 power. So 5,000 is definitely nicer than 3,000, especially if you bounce Spica or something like that. So she hits her 16 for herself. And we're running 1 of the Fighter's Collection triple rare. So her skill is, once per turn you can Soul Blast 1 to choose 2 of your rear guards and bounce it to your hand. Mainly there for just in case. If you don't have her, you can run Glass Flipper instead, but I like her because you can do it whenever. And then running 1 Sea Breeze, because this is a Generation Break heavy deck, so you don't want to get screwed over. So running 1 Sea Breeze. If you're not going to try to Sea Breeze, you can just flip it with Lauris or Federica. And then onto the G guards, we're running 2 Hand in Hand Liana, 2 of the Fighter's Collection 1 Screw, and 1 Hand Swap. So this is useful because you're going to have a lot of grade 3s in your hand due to Suzuku's. So you're going to use this to guard, and then you get your grade 3 to draw a card, and hopefully it'll be something worth shield value. It's pretty good. I like him over Dismal in this particular deck. In this deck, I guess the only thing worth saving is Vita. But yeah, I guess you can run Vita over him instead if you want to run Vita. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Karotaku, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!